What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Zabu Build-A-Figure wave by Hasbro for their Marvel Legends line. And I am very excited for this line. I actually don't remember the last time I was this excited for a wave of Marvel Legends, as these are all really solid figures. There's only one that I'm not really interested in, but that's a win in my book, especially when you're super interested in the BAF. So we'll go ahead and take a look at each of their packaging really quick, starting with Wolfsbane. Definitely a character that a lot of people wanted. You can have the read up over there, myself included. How far do I have to go to get the read up? Whatever. There you go. I like the artwork that they chose for. She looks really nice. There is the barcode. I don't know if these are ever going to go to Walmart or Target, but here is Kazar, whatever you want to call him. I call him Kazar. Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. That's where I learned about this guy. He looks great. A character I've wanted for a while. Then we have Red Widow, a character that, in all honesty, I did not want. Was not asking for a Red Widow, but she's apparently on the Winter Guard, so I'll throw her on there. I'm happy to improve upon that team. I like the way that they look. Next up, we got Black Winter, another character that I did not ask for. This is the one that I'm not going to be keeping in my collection. This will definitely... There is the read up. This will definitely be going up for sale or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with it quite yet. Then we have Icarus. Man, this looks great. Very excited to get Icarus out of the box. I've been wanting a comic book Eternals for a while. This is our second one. We have Circe and Icarus now, which is very cool. And then finally, probably the one that most people want the most out of the wave is the Cable. I've been wanting Cable for a while. This is his Marvel vs. Capcom look, kinda. I guess they were going for this, but in this one, he has a hairy arm. So if anybody has an extra Hercules arm that they want to send me, let me know. I don't want to buy a Hercules, but if you just have an extra arm laying around, let me know. I want to swap it out, because this looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm fine with the blue, but I would like the skin tone. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. There's the barcode if you're looking for it. But yeah, again, this is a super solid wave, and I'm very excited to get it open and build the BAF. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do just that. As a bonus, we're also going to be taking a look at this Deluxe Captain America, just because I don't feel like doing a video on it on its own. But this is a Target exclusive, I believe. It's a deluxe figure. Found this at my Target before I recorded this video, so why not throw this guy in there too? So let's take a look at Sam as well. So getting this bunch of figures out of the packaging, I'm pretty happy. These are pretty solid figures all around. I do have a couple problems here and there. You might be able to see one as shown right now, but I really, really like what I'm seeing here. And if this is where the line is going, which based off of these waves that they're showing recently, it does, I think we're in for a treat. And us Marvel Legends eaters will be us Marvel Legends collectors and fans will be eating soon. So I'm going to do it how I always do. I start with my least favorite and end on my favorite. So let's go ahead and talk about Black Winter. Now, I've heard some people say that this is a different character, that it's not. I don't know. I know nothing about this character. I don't know who he is, what he does, what storyline he's from. So I'm just going to review the figure based off of what I'm seeing here. And I will say, it's pretty damn good for what it is. It's probably not the worst figure out of the wave. It's because it's not bad at all. I don't think any of them are bad. But it's just not a character I care about. I mean, look at that hair sculpt. That is quite a bit of hair. I don't think there's any paint in there, but that's okay. There's actually not a lot of paint on this figure at all. It's mostly just molded plastics. You get this like kind of glossy blue for the chainmail, a little bit flatter for the skin tone blue. The face sculpt looks really, really nice. I don't know if it's accurate, but it looks nice. You get this torn up, translucent cape. That is really nice. Get some, you get a little bit of paint, I guess, on like the knee pads and whatever, the top of the boots look, There's a little bit of paint, but for the most part, it's not a lot. And I think it works despite that. Like, you get the rotating shoulder bases or shoulder pads. It looks good. In the sake of not having this video be 3 hours, we're just going to do each figure at a time. So you're going to get a gripping hand for the right side and an open hand for the left. And then you're going to get his smoking hammer. I don't know if it's Mjolnir, but this does come out. So I guess this is a new piece. I don't know. This could be kind of cool to put on your actual Thor. And then you get this black looking Mjolnir. But it doesn't have the inscription on the side. So is this an MCU one? I don't know. Maybe this is a new hammer. Maybe, I don't know. Because the other one has the inscription on it. But that looks cool in his hand. I like that. Or this looks good. I'm sure it'll look good holding them. Or holding it. The head is going to rotate, go up and down. It's on a hinge. So only get a little bit of movement. But I mean, with hair like that, that's actually more than I expected. So that's not bad at all. Shoulder goes up, down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that does get past 90 and will rotate as well. I think that's fine. And then the wrist swivel and hinge. You do get a diaphragm joint that allows this guy to crunch forward and arc back just a little bit. I think it works better with side to side and rotation. There's not a waist twist in there, but you don't really need one, I guess. Hips go out. They go forward, back, upper thigh cut, which is hidden very nicely in the chainmail or whatever the hell it is. Double jointed knees, and then the ankle goes down and up, and it'll pivot, but the ankles are a little heavily ratcheted, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I think overall it's a pretty solid figure. It's not something that I'm interested in at all, and we'll be going right to my sell flea market pile. So if you're interested in buying this, let me know. I'll probably give it to you for a good price. Next up, let's talk about Red Widow. Now, I objectively think that the Black Winter is a better figure. I just care about this character more, and by care about this character more, I mean I'll be keeping it. That's pretty much it. I don't really know anything about her. All I know is that she's a newer character, and last time I checked, we don't know her identity yet. We don't know who this is, which I kind of like a character like that. It's cool, but they're on the Winter Guard. She's on the Winter Guard. And I'm always happy to add to that team. I think that'll be a cool little section of my hero shelf, even though they're like anti-heroes or whatever. But I like the way that it looks. Obviously, this cape sucks. I mean, it's hard plastic. Doesn't really bend. It's going to inhibit some articulation, but it does look nice. And honestly, I don't really care that much. If you want to articulate her, you can easily just go ahead. I said easily. Thank you. Go ahead and pop the head off. And if you want to, you can get a soft goods cape. I will not be doing that. I don't care enough about her to do that. But that is an option. So if that's something that you want to do, you totally can. But for me, and for the purposes of this video here, I'm just going to leave it on. So, not bad looking. You do get the Widow's logo on her navel or belly button or whatever. The paint of the red is not super clean, to be honest, and does not match color wise very good at all. Her thighs are kind of gappy for some reason. Like the red just don't match on this thing. The elbow from the forearm to the hand, like they're all different colors, and maybe it's supposed to be, but I doubt that. The black line on the side looks okay. Pinless, whatever. You get to see the joints there. I don't like that. I think it looks better in pictures than it does in person, to be honest. Here you get to see the mask. I mean, for what it is, it's fine. I like the black paint on it, but it's really, really nothing special at all. It's on that basic, newer female mold, which I do like. It's good. You get the double jointed elbows in there, which we'll talk about. You do get a fist hand and a new open hand, question mark, because this is not the trademark female open hand, which is cool to see. And then you get this double-bladed staff that we saw with the which Daredevil was it? It was a Daredevil, the one that just came out. I forget what that one's called, the one with the beard. But I think that's good reuse for this. Looks pretty cool. Gives her something to hold, I guess, right? So not bad. I'm okay with that. Not great accessories, but I'm happy to just see stuff in the box. So the head does not go up. It kind of goes down pivot a little bit and rotate. Shoulders are basically going to do nothing. If you have this cloak on, they're not doing anything. They'll rotate forward a little bit, but not back. This one will only rotate to about there. You do get double jointed elbows, but this one only can work as a single joint just because of the cloak. And then you get the double joints up there. You do get pivot at the waist or the torso, I guess. It's pretty good movement. Again, it's going to be pretty limited with the jacket. You get pretty close to splits. Down, they'll go forward, back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. I think that's really ugly. And then the ankles go down and up and pivot. Yeah, I don't know what I would have liked. I don't know if I would have liked this painted. It might have matched that a little bit better, but I don't know. I think pinless joints I definitely like more than regular ones. Like, some people try to make the argument that it's like, oh, well, they get loose and you can't see them anyway, so what's the difference? It's like, no, these feel more quality, in my opinion, when they are pinless. So let me know what you think about pinless versus non-pinless joints, but I think they're totally worth it. We just got to figure out this color differentiation thing. Red, fun fact, is the hardest color to differentiate colors with. So for me to be able to see 3 different colors in this arm alone, those are very different shades of red. So that is a little bit of a problem, but I'm not too upset about it because I don't care about this character that much. Next up, let's talk about old Sam Wilson here. Now, something tells me I do have this figure without the wings, but I don't remember. All my stuff is away right now. But I was going to buy this anyway because I did want the wings, and I like the new shield that he comes with. So really briefly, geez, these wings look good. I like them. I'm not sure how I feel about the curvature on them. Like, I kind of wish that they were flat or maybe even like curved back. Maybe a bendy wire would have been nice, but I mean, like, that's pretty cool, actually. The paint on this guy, I will say, is kind of sloppy in certain places. Maybe another coat of red on the stripes would have been nice. I've seen a lot worse for them now, and mine's actually pretty solid. The blue line on the shoulders could be a little bit better, but it's good. I liked this head sculpt before, and I like it now. I think it looks pretty good. Probably painted better than it was before, too. It's not pinless because this is straight reuse of the 3-pack with the Vision and the Kate Bishop, which I wish I had that Kate Bishop, but I kind of made a custom one that looks pretty good. And then you get the arms, the gloves, the boots, all that good stuff. Get a little bit of black paint on the back of the belt, which is nice. Some blue paint on the backpack. This does come out. It will not rotate in this slot because it is like, I guess that's a pentagon. No, that's a hexagon, I believe. I count my sides right? Yeah, it's a hexagon. So it kind of, you have to like get it at the exact right angle to plug it in. But then once you do, it doesn't rotate. I actually like that. I like that it's more like a fixed peg than just a floppy thing, because then it will not, you know, what do you call it, flop down. For accessories, you do get an open hand and a grip hand. Would have liked a full set of fists, but little spoiler for Icarus, these hands match pretty good. Icarus's interchangeable hands match almost perfect. So if you want your Sam having fist hands and you want to throw these on there, go for it. And you don't want Icarus with fisted hands. I personally am going to leave them on Icarus. This one is actually the glove that comes with Sam. Looks pretty good, but yeah, I think personally I'm gonna leave the fisted hands on Icarus, but it is an option if you'd like that. And then you get his specific shield, same old clip system. I know some people aren't a fan of that. Knock on wood, I've never really had a problem with it, but it looks good. It looks nice. I like that we're getting his specific shield. I hope we see that in the movie. I don't know if we are. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't know yet. So if that even ever comes out, I feel like it's been in production forever, so we'll see. But taking a look at articulation, the head hinges back all the way down, rotate side to side, and no real pivot, but I mean, that's expected. The wings can arch up that far, they can go down that far, and then here they'll go forward pretty much all the way, get some good crossbody with them. And then, why can I not? Yeah, you gotta link them in. And then they'll go back that far. So the wings are pretty good. Shoulders go up only to about there. They'll go down, rotate 360, just got to move the wings. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then all the wrists swivel and hinge. Kind of tight on the hinge down there. And then the abs go forward, or the torso goes forward, back, waist twisty. I don't know what's stuck on. Hips go out that far, down, kick forward, back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then the ankles or the boots will rotate here, and then the ankles will go down and up and pivot. It's weird. Some joints feel kind of loose, and then other ones feel kind of really tight. But overall, I think it's a nice re-release. Not something that everyone's going to need. I'm a huge diehard Captain America fan. This is not going on my main comic book shelf. I prefer just having classic Falcon. But for my Captain America shelf, it's nice to have this version of the character. Next up, let's take a look at Wolfsbane, and I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Can you figure out what's wrong with mine? Ding! I got 2 right hands. Womp womp. That sucks. I am pretty upset about that. Especially because they're the claw hands, and I want her to have the claw hands. Luckily, she does have interchangeable hands. And if I find another one, maybe I'll get it and return it. You know, that old switcheroo thing. But it's whatever, I guess. It's bothering me. But like I said, she does have hair. She does have a fist hands, and, you know, it's kind of got that McFarlane thing, like the one open hand and the one fist hand. I do wish she had both clawed hands, so maybe I'll track down another one. But taking a look at her head sculpt, I'm kind of hit or miss on it. I think it looks good, but a little weird, if that makes sense. I don't know. The hair looks nice. I like the face, I guess. I don't know. It's not bad. It's just a little off for me. I like that they chose this suit. Will go great with my strong guy. Can't wait to get them together. Probably going to try to pose her, like, on his shoulder. Like, that to me is awesome. That is pretty cool. Get some nice new arm sculpt. Yes, these are new. These are not Tigra's arms and legs, which is nice. You get to see the legs too. Nice muscular furry legs, I guess. I like that on these like thicker tufts of fur they gave it a little bit of paint. I think that's pretty nice. Then you get to see her toes that are all clawed up as well. Luckily I have the right kind of feet. The paint on the suit looks good. It's actually super clean on her, which is very, very nice. And she's a smaller body, which is cool. Like, I picture her as a younger, more agile, like smaller, swifter character. And I feel like this figure will represent that beautifully. For accessories, you saw one of them already. You just get a pair of fist hands. That's it. Pretty low on accessories. I mean, she does come with the body for Zabu, but maybe an alternate head would have been nice, but I'm not really too upset about it, to be honest. The head, speaking of the head, it's going to go up all the way. For a character like her, I like that. Go down, rotate, and you get a little bit of pivot. I think it's a pretty nice neck. Shoulders go up that far. They go down. They will rotate. Bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, and this color matches pretty good, so it is possible. Man, I can't get that double joint to work. All right, there we go. And then wrist swivel and hinge and all that good stuff. Pivot at the body, and then it'll rotate, and then she can do almost the splits. Goes down, kick forward, back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. Again, these pinless knees match color wise, very good. And then the ankles will go up and down and pivot. She's got little feet and kind of heavy detents in the ankles, so it may be a little difficult for her to stand. But overall, I'd say that this is a pretty solid figure and definitely a character that I know a lot of people are asking for. I know the next one's going to be Feral, and I'm here for it. Give us a Feral as well. But yeah, not bad at all. Next up, let's take a look at a character I was not expecting to be getting. But I'm very happy that he's here, and I didn't expect to like him this much, but he's awesome. So here's Icarus. Now, I will say I'm not huge on the head sculpt. I guess it's good for Icarus, but I would kind of make a good Superman head, to be honest. If you're looking for a good Superman head, maybe get that some new hair. That'll look pretty good. But this body looks great. I like the musculature of him. You get some reused parts. I mean, I think these arms are from the pinless updated version of the Spider UK body. Same with the legs. Which I don't mind. They're not my favorite because they do that, like where they like eat away at the joint. I don't really care that much, but it is nice. I do really like it. I love this upper torso and this like Jack Kirby inspired stuff. The arms and the boots, or like the gloves and the boots, having the ribs, like the ribbed lines. Man, I can't talk today. I like that a lot. I like the colors of blue. I kind of wish the red was a little bit more saturated, a little bit brighter. But I mean, that might not be accurate for the look that they were going for. He's got the circle on his butt too. It's all painted back here. Very, very nice. I'm very happy to have this. I really do hope we get a full roster. Whoops, sorry. For the comic book Eternals, because he's pretty cool. And I think they got some interesting looks to them. Here we have just his accessories being a pair of open hands with that to match his gloves. Again, they do match the Sam Wilson cap. Very, very good. So if you want to use fist hands on him, I think these would be nice. So not bad. The head is not going to go up far, which kind of does suck because he's literally the man who flew too close to the sun. So you'd want him in a good flying pose. Goes down, pivot side to side, a little bit, rotate. Shoulder goes up, down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist swivel and hinge. The ab crunch is actually pretty damn good, so he can get forward that far and back. I wouldn't like push it too hard because you don't want to like scuff some of this paint, but it'll arc back pretty good as well. I like that. Good engineering on that. You do get a waist twist in there. The belt, it makes it a little tight, but hips only go out that far. I don't really care for Icarus. He can kick forward that far back. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot rotation, and then the ankles go down, and if you get it above the lip, it should go a little bit higher, but it's not bad. And then a pivot. So overall, Icarus is pretty damn solid. Was not expecting to like Icarus that much. I wanted the character, but I didn't think that they would go all out on a character like Icarus, but they did. And I'm actually pretty happy about it. Now we're getting into goated territory. Here we got the Kazar. Oh, man, he looks awesome. He looks really, really good. To be fair, it probably would have been pretty hard to mess this guy up, but he did a good job, or they did a good job. I like the wash in the hair. I think this head sculpt looks good. I saw people trading this one with the Icarus one. I will not be doing that because I think that these look good the way that they are. The body's just Vulcan, but with a new torso, you get nipples. That is awesome. Really, really like the sculpt on this body. I think it's a good sculpt. The shoulders could be a little bit bigger, but they look good. You get a little bit of paint on the top tufts of fur. It's a nice dry brush on the loincloth. You get a little holster back there, which we'll talk about. It is kind of hard. It's surprising. I don't really know why they would do that, but I like the matte. I guess it's more of a satin finish on him, but I like it. I like it. It doesn't feel super, or he doesn't look super plasticky. I think it looks a little bit more high quality, which skin tone kind of tends to be like that. Like it can be either really good looking or really cheap looking. Not a big fan that they won't give us new forearms, that they keep using the seamed one. It just makes no sense to me. Most of them are not going to have a seam, so why they even sculpted it like that in the first place and haven't changed it makes no sense to me. The texture on the boots look really good, along with, the rest of the sculpt. It's a pretty basic figure, but it looks good. He easily gets probably the most accessories in this wave. So you do get a pair of gripping hands that kind of look like trigger finger hands, but they are vertical hinges, so I'll take it. I think it's fine. You do get a pair of fist hands. Got to have him duking it out. You get his knife, which is definitely what I'm going to have him hold. Looks pretty good. You can pop that in there, and that little holster, which is pretty cool. And then you get his big old spear. I think that looks cool too. Not bad. I've been using the Masters of the Universe Ultimate He-Man, or whatever the frig he is. Savage He-Man. Been using him. But getting this Kazar officially is much better. So that also will be added to my to sell pile, because this is just better. I like this quite a bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation here. The head is going to go up, not far at all. You get some long hair, goes down and will rotate. Shoulders go up this far, which is good. They'll go down, they'll rotate. Whoa, I keep whacking my camera, I'm sorry. Shoulders, these butterfly joints suck. I'm not a huge butterfly joint guy. I don't usually think they do much. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist swivel and vertical hinge on the gripping hands and horizontal hinge on the non-gripping hands. The waist twist looks good. It'll waisty and twisty. Hips go outwards. Ooh, hips go outwards this far. He does have brown under there. Stop being weird. And then he'll kick forward this far. Back, upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. And then the boot rotation. And then the ankle goes down and up. Up very far, actually. So, don't know what's reuse. Don't really know what's new. I mean, I know the arms and legs are reuse. Looks like we have a new torso. I mean, I know we have a new torso, but I don't know about the abs. New boots. I like it. For characters obscure as Kazar, I'm very happy to have it. Next up, let's take a look at Cable. Cable's pretty solid. I only have one problem with him because I can't even be mad about the arm. Yes, I would have liked a pinless skin arm with some hair on it. That would have been great. But I'm not upset that this is what we got. Taking a look at this head sculpt. Maybe the best head sculpt in the whole wave. Yeah, definitely the best head sculpt in the whole wave, unless you're counting Zabu. But I really like the way that it looks. It's got the little, energy, I guess, coming out. The X's all over are painted pretty good. I think the one on the belt is a little messed up, but I'm okay with it. It doesn't really bother me that much. Love the silver they used for the arm. That is great. Very, very nice. You do get the legs, which we'll talk about more in a second, but the back looks good. Gloves and bands look good. I like this. This looks good. Other than these legs. That is so ugly. Why they didn't just mold this in yellow and just let that be the top of the boot doesn't make sense to me, because this should be like on the boot. So, and the yellow should go all the way up, but it doesn't. And as a result, we get this really ugly paint job. Not happy with that. It does not deter that much from the figure for me, as the rest of it definitely makes up for it, but that does bother me quite a bit. That is ugly. That is ugly. So, not a big fan of that. Taking a look at his accessories, you are going to get a pair of trigger hands. What could trigger finger hands hold? By the way, these work almost perfectly with the Black Winter in this wave. So if you need some interchangeable hands between the two of them, feel free to do that. And then you get two guns. So you get this one. I don't know anything about guns. Some kind of pistol. Looks pretty good. And then you get this other blaster that we've seen before, because Cable can't not come with guns. And I'm okay with that. Accessories are alright. Nothing crazy. There's stuff in the box. Shoulder goes up, or the head goes up, down, rotate, 360, all that good stuff. Shoulder goes outwards. About that far. That lump's a little weird. Could be a little smaller. Down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist swivel and hinge. The abs, he'll go forward pretty damn far, and then back a little bit too, and then waist twist. The hips go outwards that far, they go down, they kick forward, they kick back, they have an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. Again, I just can't get over that boot. Ankle rocker, and the ankle goes down and very far up, holy shit, and will rotate. So was not expecting that. It's pretty good. He's not my favorite character, but he's one that I've been asking for a while. And luckily, Hasbro delivered pretty solidly. And then finally, my favorite figure, Zabu. Again, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. That is where I know these characters from, and I'm so happy to have them on the shelf. Not to mention, I'm a huge Paleozoic mammal fan, so being able to get... No shot, really? I got 2 left feet again. What? What is going on? And one of the legs came with Wolfsbane, didn't it? No, the body came with Wolfsbane. Whatever, man. Whatever. That is actually kind of annoying. Whatever. But, yeah, Spider-Man the Animated Series from the early 2000s, late 2010s, like that kind of area. I really like that show. It gave me an introduction to a lot of these characters that I love today, and Zabu was on that. So taking a look at this beautiful head sculpt here, just admire that. That is definitely a Smilodon. That looks fantastic. I love the paint on the jowls and the nose, the gums, the teeth are sharp. I like that the eyes look good. He looks ferocious. Get some nice hair sculpt all across with some orange highlights on the darker parts. I like when they do that. Some people don't. I do. And you get some dry brush on the bottom. Maybe a wash over the whole thing or a dry brush over the whole thing would have brought it, made it pop to life a little bit more. But honestly, this is pretty damn good. As far as articulation, and I love the size of it. We'll talk about that more when we get to size comparisons. But take a look at the jaw opens up that much. It'll go down. It'll rotate 360 and pivot side to side. He's a very curious kitty. Shoulders or the neck goes back that far, but we'll move forward pretty far as well. So if you want to get them like kind of primal, that looks awesome. And that will rotate for some reason. You might need it. I don't know. Shoulders will go out that far. They'll go down. They'll rotate. That was kind of hard. 360. Biceps swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrists swivel and hinge. The diaphragm joint is really solid on this guy. Looks pretty damn good. Tail will hinge up and down and rotate, and then the ankle, the back legs go down and forward. The stifle will go up here and rotate. The hock also has a joint, but it kind of really doesn't do much. There's the hock, and then the pastern goes down and side to side as well. So this is definitely my favorite of the wave. I don't remember the last time I liked to build a figure this much, but I'm so happy to have this tiger. So for the size comparisons, I kind of just took ones that you wouldn't know what the body looks like. Sam's been out a while. We know what Kazar and Icarus look like for the most part. Black Winter just kind of, you know, is a little bit taller than Cable, and the Red Widow is the same thing. So here are the newish body types, I guess. I don't know. Definitely Wolfsbane and Zabu. But here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzwares Fortnite series Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series Darwin. And here they are with the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If series Zombie Captain America. Got the rotating base pretty packed today. But yeah, this is a pretty solid assortment of action figures. I really do enjoy these kinds of waves that combine all different parts of the Marvel Universe. I mean, you have some Thor characters, some cosmic characters, some street level, some X-Men, some random character. I love that. Like, that's what a Marvel Legends wave should be. A bunch of random characters. I like the themed waves. They're fun too, but getting a bunch of different characters, I think, appeals to everyone. Because that's really cool, and I like it personally. Let me know what you think about that, but I think it's great, and I hope we see more just random waves from all different points of the Marvel Universe. So I'm going to go ahead and rate them individually. I feel like that's fair. So starting with my first one, I'm still going to give this Black Winter Thor like an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite, but it's a really solid figure. So if you want something like that, if you are hankering for that, there you go. Red Widow, I'm going to give a 6.5. I think she's okay. I like her more as a character, I guess, and I'm more interested in having her, but I hate that shell of a cape, and the paint's not super clean. She's probably the worst out of them all, to be completely honest. Then you get Falcon Cap, a re-release. I do not think he's worth $35. Those wings are not worth $35, maybe $30. But considering what we get with a NECA figure for $36, definitely not worth it. So I'm only going to give Falcon Cap a 6. Like, he's a good figure, but you got to take price into consideration, and I don't like it. I don't think it's worth $35 at all. Then go ahead and go to Wolfsbane. I really like Wolfsbane. QC aside, that really does suck about the hands, but it's something fixable. But I really like the new sculpt. I think a dry brush or a wash would have been good on the fur, but the X suit looks great. The articulation's fun. I'll give her an 8. I think she looks pretty good. As far as Icarus is concerned, I'm also going to give him an 8. He's nothing crazy, and I don't really like the reuse of the older legs, but the new torso is really good. And the paint is really cool that we got all that paint on him. Not in love with the head sculpt, neither. Then going to Kazar, I'm also going to give him an 8 because, yes, I personally really like him, but there's nothing crazy going on here. He's just a naked dude. He's got some new parts, and they work, and I'm okay with that. And for that, I do really enjoy him. Then we get into Cable. I'm going to give Cable an 8.5. I was going to give him a 9, but then I see these boots in person, and I actually hate them. They look bad. Not a big fan of the way that they did that. Honestly, I wish they just, like, I don't know. They should have painted the blue. That's all I'm going to say. Boots aside, he's like a 9. I really, really like him. But I wish they went with the sleeveless look for the other arm. And I wish that the boots were done a little bit better. But I think an 8.5 is fair for Cable. And then we get... And then finally Zabu. And I'm giving Zabu a 10 because he's a freaking saber-toothed tiger. Screw you if you don't like that. But that's enough of me rambling. This is a really solid assortment of figures, and I'm very happy to have them all. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and have a great time. So I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copping any of these? See you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.